Excuse the interruption, but I'm Sarah Hagler. Christian, the only reason I took this class again was for the free candy. Now we find out that because of the president's new regulations, we won't be getting any candy at all. Do you have an opinion on this?
I'm Christian Quovang, and here's what I think of Obama's regulations.
My stomach is growling already, but on the positive side, that's a lot fewer calories to burn off.
Not that I would be the one to bring it up, but now that you mention it, I did notice you were packing on a few more pounds toward the end of last year. Hey, maybe that explains your creaky chair.
Welcome to a new season of ETI, boys and girls. I'm Christian Quovang, and alongside of me is Sarah Hagler. We have in store for you mail time and an interview with Mr. Vote, but we'll start off the show with headlines. Sarah, who is going to fill all of the spots on the volleyball team this year?
Well, we haven't had a game yet, but at this point, Faith Crum will be our starting setter, and 3 other girls are competing for the outside hitter position. There are lots of spots to fill, but it looks like our team will come together. Christian, how's the football team looking?
Well, we didn't graduate anybody from last year, so there are no new spots to fill. It'll be interesting to see how the boys recover from their season last year as they underachieved. A lot of people have them in the playoffs, but they have to rally together and play as a team. Their game against New Rockford showed a little bit of hope, but they'll have to toughen up on defense if they want to make it into the playoffs. Sarah, who is someone that could make a big splash on the volleyball team?
Well, it's kind of hard to predict who's going to play well during the year, but I feel Macy Quilving will make a bigger impact this year since she has gained experience and grew another few inches. Christian, who is going to be a big impact player on the football team this year?
This is another thing that can be really hard to predict, but if Johnny Heisler can stay healthy, he will make a huge difference on the offensive and defensive side of the ball with his playmaking ability.
Christian, who on the football team could surprise us this year?
Usually there are a few surprises on a football field during the season, but this year I think Devin Dugdale could surprise a lot of people if he stays healthy. He showed a lot of promise in the game against New Rockford with the screen passes and runs that he had. He's very good at running the ball and running people over, and that's something the football team lacked last season. Sarah, who could surprise us with volleyball this year?
Kelly Hushley will be a big surprise this year. She will be playing right side, and her hitting has come a long ways since last year, so I think she will help out the team quite a bit. Christian, who will be the favorites in Region 2 this year?
The favorite for football this year will definitely be Cavalier as they return most of their team, especially Brock Robbins. But look out for a team such as Thompson or North Star to surprise some people. Sarah, what about volleyball?
Langdon is always tough competition in volleyball, so it'll most likely come down to North Star versus Langdon to see who gets the top spot in the Super Region.
And now it's time for a short break, and coming up next we'll have mail time.
When you need to get that construction job done, look no further than Can-Do Lumber. They have the full line of Benjamin Moore paints to spruce up your buildings, and of course, all the lumber you could possibly need. Not to mention shingles and other construction materials. So stop in and see the guys at Can-Do Lumber in downtown Can-Do. You'll have your project finished in no time.
Welcome back, and now it's
Mail time!
Bulldog Power asks, will the Bearcats get over the hump and make it to state volleyball?
The volleyball team is looking pretty tough right now, but it's still too early to tell. I would like to say that they can and will make it to the state tournament, but there are a lot of games left to be played. Coach writes, will anyone contest at Brock Robbins for Senior Athlete of the Year?
Being that Brock Robbins already signed at NDSU for football, I feel like he has that one in the bag. I don't think anyone could compete without a 9-man this year. Be Quick, Don't Hurry asks, does Sarah Hagler have a chance at Miss Volleyball?
Going into the season, she has a very good chance of getting the award, but there are a lot of talented seniors in the state, so this could be a really tough decision. And now it's time for a short break. And now we have an interview with the Mr. Vote. Hi, Mr. Vote.
Hello, Christian.
So, Mr. Vote, how was your summer?
My summer went pretty fast, but it was time to come back to school.
Any big news? Wedding bells?
Yes, I happen to have gotten engaged this last summer. The big date will be August 1st of next year.
Awesome. What are your predictions for this year's volleyball and football squads?
Well, I haven't had a chance to look at or to see the volleyball team in action quite yet. I saw the football team play their first game the other night, and if the football team shores up their defense, I think we've got a chance to contend to go to that state championship game. Hopefully, our volleyball team has got a lot of great athletes coming back off this year's team, but it'll be interesting to see who hits harder, if the volleyball team hits harder or the football team.
I can see that you have kept up your physique. Lots of cardio in the off season?
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of running opportunities this summer, but I thank you could go out to my cousins Jake and Jaden for always making me do the weed eating and never getting to ride the lawnmower.
We'll send a big thank you to them. Fall sports are finally here. Which team would you rather take out of your day to watch?
I'm a big football guy, so I'd have to say it would have to be the football team.
All right, thank you very much. And now it's time for the big finish. Sarah, how do you like the new lockers?
I like the new lockers. I heard they took quite some time to be assembled, but they are looking good now. Christian, what do you think of the candy and pop machines not being able to be on during school hours?
This is a huge decision in the school since most kids need candy to make it through the long day. And to add on to that, Mr. Peterson isn't giving candy in his classes either. I thought I would never see the day. Can anyone fill the shoes of Allie Heisler on this show?
Well, it took us a while to even find someone to take the video class with us, but we finally found Kristen Murchie. I think she will do a fine job. Her debut will be on our next Sports Center. Well, that's it for this show. We will try and do better next time. Good night, knuckleheads.
Good night, Can Do.